need to change my numbers because we only have 2 yards in stock.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I woke right up this morning, although I went
Did
to
you
bed.
wake up like Dracula?
I never wake up like Dracula.
Sometimes she likes to wake up in a panic.
I do wake up in a panic. I was like, the kids.
I hear them.
I heard them.
But
my eyes and my mind
ears.
wake up in a panic where I was like, and I start thinking, like, do they need the car? Do I have to go with Patrick? I try to come with Patrick. I hate driving separately when we're going to the same location.
She doesn't like doing anything alone.
I don't like doing anything without my love, Patrick. After all these years, I just want to be with Patrick.
She was so cute yesterday.
Why are you saying that?
You were. You look super cute.
We had
yesterday.
a conversation about how Patrick doesn't give me any compliments.
Well, and my daughter was part of this conversation. And what was said was... And what I said to Jeannie is I didn't have to give her any compliments.
Don't stop that. I tell Patrick nice things all the time. Patrick tells me things like, he said something to me just about how I did something. I don't know, like somebody said something to him and he goes, if Jeannie said she did it. And I was like, Don't say that because you never know. But I was like, oh, is that a compliment that you think I get stuff done or something? And that's like as much of a compliment as I get from Patrick. And then I was like, tell me one compliment you gave me in like the last month. He couldn't come up with anything.
That's not true.
He couldn't come up with anything. And I always tell Patrick all these things like,
you've like eliminated my ability to defend myself by saying you don't want me to talk about something. So I'm just going to sit here, smile and wave, you know?
Okay, anyways, ladies, let's, this is not what you came here for.
So, but this is an interesting thing because we were driving in today and, one of the things that I brought in with me today was like a whole lot of used shipping material. And so in the last couple of months, we've met a ton of new people. And the funniest thing is so many of them are telling us that, hey, while I'm talking, will you go just ask the boys? It's always great if they'll actually answer the phone.
Oh, did they not get
They didn't answer it either. So they don't. So we've met a ton of new people, and a lot of those new people, and it's funny because you can almost always tell that they've met us through the live stream because they come in and we've never seen them before, but they're referring to everybody by name, and we love it. So that's great. We welcome everybody. Welcome to the family. We're happy to have you. But there are a couple things that we haven't talked about for a while that after yesterday I felt like we should talk about. And one is, Jeannie and I are conflicted because we live in a consumer business, but at the same time, we're actively working to try to reduce our footprint, even as a business that's, in retail and promotes consumerism.
And based on consuming.
So you'll notice little things like, personally and business wise, we're making investments like Jeannie's car, which she should have had already.
What does that have to do with business?
We're making an investment in kind of reducing our footprint. So, we're making investments in solar. We're making investments in an electronic vehicle for the business. We reuse packaging. That's going to be the thing that you guys experience the most. And most of you have heard us talk about it before. But if you've never met us before and you're just starting to shop with us from some distant location, and you get a package from us, and the box is used.
It's from Amazon. It'll say Amazon.
Well, no, it's not even just from Amazon. It's just we reuse everything. And part of that is that equation: reduce, reuse, recycle. We're in a business that doesn't reduce very much. We try to reduce where we can. But the reality is, we've been doing so much shipping. And I said something to Jeannie. I was like, my God, like, just weight alone. How much packaging do you think we've reused in the last, 10 to 12 months? And it's crazy.
And
how
we
much.
can't even, we have so much that we do break down in, boxes.
Everything goes to recycling.
Because we can't reuse it all. But we try to reuse everything we can. That's important to us.
Like, if you buy used machines from us and we ship it, it comes in a box that wasn't the original box. It's a reused box. So we try to keep those boxes. So that's just something to remember. For those who did come in and who met us, and it's funny because a lot of those folks who have come into the store and have met us in the store, they're like, my God, you guys have so much stuff. I didn't realize, or they hadn't been in for a couple of years. We used to just have machines. That was it. And a little bit of notions, maybe some sewing feet. There is an unbelievable amount of stuff in our store.
And it's all on sale. No,
I mean, to a certain degree it is. But there is a crazy amount of product in the store. The store looks lived in.
That means messy.
I mean, there is stuff everywhere. We are actively trying to find more stuff and find places for more stuff. But the beauty of the tight ship we run is when you come into the store, you're going to deal with one of 4 people for the most part. And you're very, very likely to deal with one of the 2 of us. So, it's lived in, it's a tight ship, but that means there's a personal touch. You're going to actually talk to the people running the show, and we make things happen.
We're movers and shakers.
So it's so funny if I told my friends I'm a mover and a shaker in the vacuum and sewing world. They'd be like, "What the?"
We're movers and shakers.
We're very important. So yes, and I know that all of you have lived in spaces too. That's just how it is.
No, they don't all. Because I do classes, and when I do class, you know how you look around the store when we do the live feed? I look around your sewing room, and I'm like, look at that on their wall. Oh, my goodness. Look how organized their fabric is.
You don't always. Sometimes you're seeing a procured image with some of that. It's kind of like how we always joke that during Zoom classes, you only have to be dressed from the waist up. Sometimes we only see that clean part of your sewing room. And so, that's that. That's just to say, hey, one of the things that you're going to see about us, if you're getting to know us through the live stream and you're meeting us for the first time, is we go out of our way to keep it personal. We go out of our way to give it a personal touch. And we're going out of our way, actively making investments or not making investments in things like shipping material to make sure that whatever we can do to reduce our footprint on the environment. We have kids. We want to leave the world a better place. And that's all part of that. So if I'm shipping you something and it's the first time I've ever shipped you something, you may get a poorly cut note from A1 Vacuum.
We printed out.
Jeannie printed out a thing, and then it's all cut wrong.
Yeah, I cut it wrong. Patrick's like, "Who cut these?" I'm like, "I did," but I didn't want to throw them away because it says
we're
everything.
reducing.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste it.
So you might get a note from us that says, "Hey, we're reducing this package. Reuse it if you can." I mean, we reuse our Ziploc bags.
I'm the only one at home that washes them, but I wash them. And then I get big wooden spoons out and I put them in my dishwasher and then I put those Ziplocs on them.
Yes,
and
you can do
them.
Zoom classes without a camera. So that's actually a great transition because that was something that we wanted to talk about today.
Yes. I have a list because we have a lot to talk about. Okay, let's cover it.
Can I talk product first and then
ahead.
we'll talk Zoom? So, it's been an exciting week for product in that I haven't had one for a while, a beautiful, I mean that for 8 million stitches on that thing looks brand new. I was looking at it yesterday and it's like crazy. I have a fully upgraded Destiny in the store that was so crazily lovingly maintained. I inventoried everything last night, came back with everything. I'm waiting on the 9.5 by 9.5 inch hoop, but I'll have that too. Fully upgraded, 8 million stitches. But like when I say lovingly maintained, like it looks like it's not used. Like I was looking over the thing.
It looks like it's used, but very, very lovingly used.
I mean, and so, always serviced. It was actually Donna Rash's machine. So I've got a fully upgraded Destiny. Those tend to be gone within 72 hours. So if you or someone you know wants an amazing machine, it's awesome. It's a great machine and it is available. I also have a very lovingly used Dream machine.
Ooh.
I got that yesterday. So I have one of each. You want Disney? We got Dream Machine, built-in camera, all that stuff. I don't.
Yeah,
yet.
we just got it in last night.
And
so
I haven't even gotten the product to do the inventory. It came in for service, and she left with a Luminaire.
Yes.
So I've got a Destiny and a Dream Machine. The other thing I did yesterday is I took a little bit of time to look at a product called Pro Stitcher Lite. So, for our Coronet users,
ooh, this is exciting.
for our Gallant users, you no longer have to upgrade to the kinetic frame. You no longer have to upgrade to the full version of Pro Stitcher to have robotics on your machine. So we've done this several times actually, but people basically start with the Coronet, decide they want the bigger frame, and then want the full version of Pro Stitcher. Pro Stitcher's $11,000. The kinetic frame is about $3,200. I normally did way better than that, but you're talking about a $14,000, $15,000 package. Pro Stitcher Lite retails for $6,000. And you do not need, and there are a bunch of different combinations, but if you have the traditional Gallant 8-foot frame machine regulator, you just buy Pro Stitcher Lite.
8-foot frame?
That's the Gallant's in an 8-foot frame.
It's not a 5-foot?
It's not a 5-foot frame.
I didn't know that.
If you've got the Coronet 5-foot frame, even if you've upgraded to other frames, you now can get Pro Stitcher Lite. It retails for $6,600.
So you can have robotics on your mid-arm in any version of the Coronets only.
And
so if you have a Coronet on a 5-foot frame, you can now add robotics with Pro Stitcher Lite.
So I also...
So do they have to have a take-up rail?
No.
They can just use it just the way it is.
Frame. So and the reason that I mention this is I did the demo yesterday because I was really kind of concerned about what it was going to be. When I saw the price, I really wasn't positive. I was like, am I going to be excited about this or not? Like I was sure it would be interesting, but I wasn't sure what they were going to get. I'm like super fired up about it because like before
he was like, woohoo!
Like for a lot of our people that have upgraded from the Coronet or the Galant to the big machine, I'm like, at that price, you might as well just upgrade to the big machine. Bring me your Coronet, I'll get you the big machine, and that's going to make more sense, because if we're spending 10 grand, we might as well, sorry.
Okay, anyways.
Jeannie was pointing out the fact that my fly was down. So the
and I was like, they heard that. They heard that sound. Did you hear that sound?
For those of you struggling on Facebook, YouTube is always
Go to
smooth.
YouTube. Go to YouTube.
We're not seeing any problems on our feed here. So the holiday launch special for Pro Stitcher Lite is $34.99.
That's the is it an internet special? What, or 30?
No, that's
okay.
what I'm selling it for.
So it's $3,000 off because it's $6,600.
Yeah, I said $44.99, or did I say?
You said $34.99.
Oh shoot.
Wait.
If anybody calls me in the next hour, it's $34.99. It's $44.99.
$44.99.
But if you call me in the next hour, I'll do it for $34.99 because I said it. I misspoke.
Just in the next hour. Do
But
you know
it's got to be the next hour.
So right now it is 9:46. You better call.
So that's my screw up, but you're benefiting.
By 10:46.
$44.99.
It saves you $1,000.
So
the ladies are like, I don't even know what it is, but I want it. Okay,
crazy
so
deal.
It's robotics for the
$44.99. So rather than spending $11,000 on the full version of Pro Stitcher, you can do it for $44.99 or $34.99 if you call me in the next hour. So, anyways, all right. So call me, Carolyn. We can talk about it.
Another day of the video. Okay. What else do we need to talk about? I want to talk. There's a couple of things. I have a couple different questions for you today because there's things that I'm wondering. And I had a question for you about stabilizer. We're thinking about going. We were Baby Lux stabilizer for ever since I can remember. That's all we had here in the store. We've slowly been moving over, and now we're half and half. So we have OESD, and Baby Lux stabilizer. And what I really like about Baby Lux is they have a lot of the 12-inch, and I love that size. So I've been trying to buy OESD 10-inch and OESD 15-inch and Baby Lux 12-inch to fill in that the size gap. And then they both have 20-inch. Well, I feel like I have more traffic for my OESD stabilizer. And I don't think I'll ever give up my 12-inch Baby Lux tearaway firm. It's just my favorite. And I've used the Dissolve Away, the Baby Lux Dissolve Away. I love the 12-inch too. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to migrate over to OESD because, quite frankly, we get a lot more traffic for OESD, and we don't have a ton of space in the store. You know, we struggle with space in the store.
Yeah, we would keep some of the
so I think I would keep the 12-inch.
Yeah.
I would keep the 12-inch Baby Lux because OESD doesn't make that, and I love that size. But how do you ladies feel about that? Like, are you what brand of stabilizer do you use? And would you be good with OESD? What are your opinions about stabilizer and what you buy and what you want to buy, and how you feel about us migrating over? So, I know I really like my Baby Lux too. I love my Baby Lux. I love my Baby Lux stabilizer. I love my OESD because I've been using all of their stable sticks, and I like their poly mesh. I had somebody come in here and tell me that their poly mesh or their aqua mesh.
I was just about to say, like, I've had a bunch of people be like, whoa, their aqua mesh is the bomb.
Ooh, I haven't used it because I've been Baby Lux Dissolve Away for so long. So maybe I will just switch over. So tell me, and I'm going to keep 12-inch because they don't have that in OESD. So tell me what your thoughts are. But I have, now I'm having, double of both, and keeping it all in stock's been a challenge. And so, Let me know. Give me your opinions about stabilizer. What stabilizer are you using? And how you would feel about moving all the way over to OESD. But tell me what your favorite stabilizers are. I'm not going to bring in anymore. I'm not going to bring in Kimberbell stabilizer. You know, it's just too much to bring in. And I feel like when it comes down to it, for a lot of that product, it's exactly the same. It's just repackaged and sold under a different name.
I mean, I, as somebody who doesn't use the product all the time, have no input at all other than the ladies are raving about the Aquamesh.
Oh, they love that
Aquamesh. They love that Aquamesh. So, all right. So, I'm going to talk.
Ooh, that Aquamesh. It's good stuff.
So, I'm going to talk a little bit just
That's
about
one of the
software.
questions of the day.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about software just really quickly because in the last couple of days, I've had several people that have actively been turned on to wireless transfer of designs. And
which
so,
I've never done. You talk about that.
So so Jeannie asked me at one point if my Christmas list included software. Yes, it did. So there is, and speaking of the Christmas list, it's coming. I haven't had a chance to look to see if anything's gone out today, but we do a Friday email. My guess is it's there. But we had a bunch of traffic yesterday where people came in. We printed out the Christmas lists, and people shop off the Christmas list. It went great. But so there is a deal, and a very, very good deal, on the PE design or palette software from Baby Lock or Brother. There are some supply chain challenges there, but I've got a couple of copies in the store. But a bunch of people have recently been talking to me about the fact that they've been turned on to wireless transfer of designs, and they love it. I've had a couple of people reach out in the last couple of days to ask if there are any other options other than palette or PE design. Like for folks that really don't do digitizing, I've had them say, hey, I'm just not interested in that. I don't want to make that kind of investment just to transfer something. Are there other options? The answer is yes. So if that's a feature that you really want to explore, we have a handful of options. Call me at the store. It's going to be way easier to do it that way than to get into all the various options, because it's going to depend on whether you're Baby Lock or Brother, etc. But there are other options that are lesser expensive. And quite frankly, if you look at what's happening in the industry and you look at what's happening with the machines and the updates on the machines that we've seen in the last couple of years, I think what you're going to see is similar to floppies in the late 90s and early 2000s. I think USBs are going to go away. I think you're going to get to a point where the machines are just wireless. In fact, I had a machine. I sold a brand new 6 needle. The customer brought in a thumb drive, and we were using that thumb drive to try to update the machine with the most recent update, which was new. And unfortunately, I don't know if the thumb drive was corrupt or whatever. We were struggling a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Let's just look and see what happens if we try to do it wirelessly. Super fast, super easy, updated right away. I actually reached out to the head of engineering at Brother to say, hey, is there anything going on with this update? Is there any reason why this update wouldn't have worked? And it was funny because his response was, well, it doesn't matter. You could just update wirelessly. And he was right. Like, it was one of those scenarios where you want it to work all the various ways, but he was like, it's so easy to do it wirelessly. You should just be doing it wirelessly anyways. We do have software options, and that's something that's
Patrick's
worth
like,
looking.
we did it in the live feed. I'm like, I've never transferred wirelessly. I would like to see it again. Because if it's that easy, because half the time I'm like, I need a USB, and I'm running around looking for a USB, and if I could just shoot it over there.
She's always like, oh my God, I don't hear my machines running downstairs. She has a monitoring app she could use.
What I want the monitoring app is on my, I don't leave my my Luminaire often, but my multi-needle I leave all the time. So, but I would like it on, I would like to monitor on my Luminaire too, because I do, sometimes I'll run up and, go start dinner or something, and it would be nice to just look at my phone and go, where are we at? But it's really the transferring of designs that sounds very interesting to me. And Lynn Lamb is just doing that, right? And maybe Lynn could come in here and do a little demo for us. What do you think, Lynn? Before you go to Hawaii, come on down. And then what else? Are you done talking about software?
I'm done talking about software.
Okay, let's talk about Zoom versus in person. So we had done a survey before asking about how many of you want to do Zoom classes, how many of you want to do in person, and it came out that it was pretty much 2/3 people just love Zoom classes.
I was like
and
80% of the people wanted
No,
Zoom classes.
It was not. It was 2/3, ladies and gentlemen. If you're out there, Doug and Jeffrey. We have another gentleman that's coming to stuff, Jeffrey. So I sent a note out and I said it to the ladies, and he was like, "Hey, what about me?" So it was about 2/3. 1/3 of you were like, "I want in-person classes," and about 2/3 of you said, "I only want to do Zoom classes." And some of you were just indifferent. I don't know where that percentage falls in, but there's some class. I mean, right now. They had me in the back room for a little while, and then I exploded out of there, and here I am back out here making a big old mess again. So I
mean, that's one of our challenges with the sheer amount of product that's coming into the store. Like, it's tough to manage it and contain it.
So we were thinking, but we would love to do some in classes. So I wanted to know, are you ladies taking in-person classes? Like, and are you taking in-person classes? Do you want to take in-person classes? Do we want to do a combination? Do you just want to keep it Zoom? Like, what are your thoughts on classes in general? Because, I could clear some of this out, but, it's been taken over by retail space. And then taken over by me, just like trying to, price stuff and get stuff out there. So how do you feel about classes in person? So we're revisiting this topic again. And how do you feel about your in-person classes versus Zoom classes? And what do you want? And are you taking in-person classes? How do you feel about those? That's the question. So we have two questions out there.
Part of that is like the comfort level of our instructors, because I know we have a couple of instructors that aren't ready to be in person.
But I have some instructors that are like, I want to do in person.
Okay.
I have an instructor who's like, when you're ready to do in person again, I'd like to come in and teach again. So, I know you like in person, Miss Gail Cram. I know you do. So, and there's a lot of people like Nula who loves the Zoom classes, and they're convenient, and you don't have to worry if you forget something. So give me your thoughts. So I want your thoughts on Stabilizer, and I want your thoughts on classes, Zoom versus in person, or maybe you want both.
Let's talk really quickly, because I just kind of briefly addressed that with Betty Stogner, who asked the question around, is it possible to do classes without a camera? And the reality is you can. You just would select on Zoom the option to not use the camera from the device. But almost all devices are going to have a camera. I mean, you're going to have a camera on your phone. You're very likely to have a camera on your tablet.
Yeah, let's shop, Miss Lombard. Are you, I thought you were still talking.
No, I'm just saying that's an option. Like if you were in a situation where you have a microphone and a speaker on your computer, you can do it. So yeah, that's that.
And I think, ladies, if you're looking at the responses, people do like in person, but they really like Zoom. So it's good. I wanted to revisit this because I know, there's in-person classes in town, and I'm like, are we not being able to service you, or is I want to see what you ladies like best. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things. We have a couple of things to talk about. Kimber Bell is
it's 10, so I gotta get going.
You gotta go? Okay.
All right, let's talk giveaway really fast.
Okay, so the giveaway is I have one cuddle kit left.
You're giving that away?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get some more in, but we're gonna give this away. So, and remember, if you are not from here, you do have to pay shipping, but you get the product for free. And this is going to be our giveaway. We usually do 2 giveaways. We do 2 giveaways because we do a Facebook, what is that thing called? The Facebook selector thing? What's that called?
The random comment picker.
We do Facebook random comment picker, and we always throw in a comment from us that represents YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, and then we can, there's not always a lot. We could just pick from a hat. So when we hit it, a lot of times it wouldn't be people answering the question. It would be like, hey. It would be like Raven, hey. She goes,
hey.
Yeah. So I'm
losing my voice this week.
So we do one comment where it's just whoever puts in a comment can win, and then we do one where they answer the question. So you can win this on Tuesday. We also leave this up over the weekend because we have a lot of people that don't watch live. So
are you capable of handling
yeah.
this? All right, bye, ladies.
They don't watch live, so we leave it up. So you can answer all weekend, and if you're one of those people who likes to watch the live feed during your lunch break, then you can still add a comment, and we'll pick it on Tuesday. So on Tuesday morning, we do the Facebook random comment picker, and you can either win this, and then if you don't win that, and you just make a comment, we have these back in stock in the store. These, I know it's so silly. I don't know why. I am so in love with these. These are just the oval placemat craft packs. So we have these back in stock in the store. So I'm going to give this away to a lucky person so that you can take your scrap fabric and you can make a beautiful set of super quick and easy placemats that are double-sided and are washable too. So that's going to be our giveaway for the other people. There's Miss Donnie who won last week. So just throw in a comment, 2 questions, your thoughts on stabilizer and what stabilizers are you using. And the other comment, the other question was your thoughts on classes and what kind of classes you're taking right now and what you would prefer. So those are the 2 questions. Did Patrick talk about this? So we'll put something out in our... Patrick, did you talk about this? Patrick. I don't know if you talked about this. We'll talk about this next week. Brother has started their gift giving guide, and there's all sorts of specials and all sorts of bundles that are going to be coming up. And this, so if you've been thinking about getting a machine starting November 14th through December 31st, if you purchase during that time, they're throwing in all sorts of stuff. So this is going to be available. And then on my list, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was I wanted to talk to you about Kimber Bell's new program that they're going to be doing next year. So they used to do Kimber Bell Club, and they did that for 2017, 2018, 19, and 20. This year, they went to Kimber Bell Blanks. So they had a blank each month. Next year, they are going to start something called Kimber Bell's. It's their dealer digital program, and it's going to be a combination of the 2. So the projects are super cute. I don't think I can't show them to you because but they're going to be up online. So we will have that up online for next Tuesday. It's 13 different projects. July will have 2 projects, and there's going to be a couple different options. Your option will be you could just buy the design if you want. You can buy the design in the class. So there's going to be, for each one, I am going to be doing a Zoom class, although I've been thinking, could I do an in-person one too? But for right now, it's going to be a Zoom class. And so you can get the design in the class, or the design, the class, and the kit. And the price is going to be different for each class because, I mean, some of them, it's going to be the quilted pillow, where the pillow blanket is $25 by itself. So some of the classes will be more expensive. Some of them are going to be cheaper. And I think that's going to be it. So we will give you some more information. You'll be able to see some of the projects. We're just getting them. So I won't even get the first project until December 1st, where I can stitch it out for you. And you'll probably have until we're still trying to work it out, but I think you'll have until the 20th to sign up for that class, because then I have to put together kits and then ship it out to you. So I just wanted to let you know that is on the horizon, that there is going to be a Kimberbell Digital Dealer Club, and it'll be really fun. And then we will do a little class where we'll stitch that out together. So, was there anything else, ladies? I'm trying to think. I am not going to be in the store tomorrow. Michelle is not here. Michelle is sick today, so we're a little short-staffed. It's just myself and Miss Lori. I won't be here tomorrow because I am taking my kids on their Northern California college tour, which means I'll be sending you maybe some pictures at the school, but lots of pictures of food, because that's what we like to do when we're not looking at the schools. And then Lori will be here to help out Patrick tomorrow, so it's going to be a tight ship tomorrow. I wanted to let you know, I stayed up really late last night, and I finally went through almost all of my emails. If you had sent me an email and still have not gotten a reply, that means you were on page 4 or 5, and so please email me again, and I never mean to forget anybody. So just email me again, and I will get back to you. And if it takes me more than I know I sent something to Don Swan. I'm like, I know it was 5 days ago, but here's your reply. Just email me again, and I will get back to you. And have a great day. Be creative. Make something incredible. I'm coming back Sunday night, which means I still get to sew all day on Monday and have something to share with you. Suzanne finished her Kimberbell project. So this is one of the things that we're going to be doing in My Punny Valentine, a little eyeglass holder. All of it's done in the hoop. Isn't it absolutely adorable, with one of the lace zippers? So, and then Michelle has her projects. Of course, the only person that's not done is this one right here. So I'm going to be working on Kimberbell all day on Monday when I get back, and we'll have other things to show you. So have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. Answer those questions, and we will see you later. Bye, ladies.